Hello, welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz, and I will be guiding you on this journey today. This is a reading for the 6-2, or the Role Model Hermit Human Design Profile. If you don't know your Human Design Profile, there's a link in the description for you to get your Human Design Body Graph. And one of the bits of information specific to your design will be your profile. Now, these are not meant to be educational, so I do try my best to not use a ton of human design language, just so the message doesn't get lost and things don't get confusing. So no matter where you are in your human design journey, obviously this message is for you. Also, like, in part because not every 6-2 is a Sagittarius or a Pisces or whatever, right? So highly recommend you check out your zodiac sign readings. Those are all up already. But this is just kind of, a different or an additional avenue to get some information over to you. So we are going to do, before I totally forget, like I almost just did, I would love it. I would absolutely adore it if you subscribe to my channel. I think I'm literally like one person away from 1,000 subscribers. The last time I looked, that was a two of wands. But last time I looked, like I said, I was like one away. And, that's just a milestone, So I would love it if you subscribed. And okay, so this is a 3-card spread. The first card is your current energy or what's currently surrounding you. The second card is the energy that is no longer serving you or that's leaving or that's donezo. And the third card is the energy that's coming in or the energy that's available to you. And then we will clarify each one of those cards with an additional card. So for our 6-2s, that feels good. All right. Current energy. Interesting. There's 2 cards that came out. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Swords, The energy that's leaving is the Sun card. And the energy that's coming in is a Judgment card. Holy crap. Look at you. And then to clarify the Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Swords, we have the 7 of Wands. And then to clarify the Sun card, we have the King of Pentacles. And to clarify the Judgment card, we have the 6 of Cups. Interesting. Let me just make sure everybody is like in frame before we get talking about it. Okay. Just kind of move things over a little bit. Yeah, there's definitely something changing about the way that you are perceiving yourself. And it's almost like you're going to stop resisting or you're going to stop fighting against it if you are, or even like not ground down in it. Queens are very personal for me. Like, queens are, when we embody the energy of the suit within ourselves, we recognize the energy within ourselves, we learn to work with it, we learn to master it. Air is our mind, our thoughts, ideas, beliefs, our mindset, truth and honesty too, but like divine truth and divine honesty, absent of like any, like opinion. It's based solely on like logic and fact, right? And I also see air as being the suit of ego, because that's generally where we hear our ego is in our minds. And our ego is created by the stories that we attach to events, to circumstances, to feelings, right? It becomes the filter where, we receive stimuli from our outside world, interactions with people, whatever. It goes through the filter that we created, that became our ego. And then it kicks out this story. So it becomes your temperament, it becomes your personality, it becomes, the reasons why you do things and why you don't do things. It's how did you come to believe the things that you do? Right? Whether it's about yourself or about others or about even your life, really, like as a whole. And then the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter or Sagittarius, could be Pisces too. The Wheel of Fortune talks about things changing. Nothing ever stays the same for very long, right? Like, unless we are trying to make it so. But the Wheel of Fortune, I mean, it's a good card no matter where it shows up, for me anyway. It just literally says that however things have been, they are changing or they will be changing. Expect change with that. And the Seven of Wands is standing your ground. It's being a bit defensive of your actions. There's also even too like a triumph or like achievement thing in this specific card, because there's this unicorn standing on top of, what appears to be a mountain or just at least a mound of rocks. But unicorns are generally, whenever I hear unicorn, I think of uniqueness or rare, right? Like, oh, that person is a unicorn, or that find at the thrift store or whatever is a unicorn, right? Because it's like, we know it exists, but it's rarely found type of deal. So there's also that aspect to it. But again, like I have this feeling that there's a new level of clarity that you are discovering about yourself. And maybe it is because like you are learning to master your thoughts. You are learning to like also even like learning the power of our brain, right? Like, and how much we misuse it, really. There's a surety with it too. I mean, the Queen of Swords is usually depicted as being kind of like a cold-hearted bitch, which I never really get from her. But it could also just be because I can understand the energy of that, because it's kind of like, if you try to bring some bullshit to the Queen of Swords, she's just automatically going to cut it out. And some people can perceive that as being cold, but right? It's like she's protecting her peace. She has no room for people to literally try to lie to her face or be fake or be out of alignment or, inauthentic in any way. It's just like, you know what? I really don't even have the energy to mess with that. And it's fine. If you're in that energy, I'm just not, it's not something that I'm welcoming into my life right now. So, sorry, let me make sure. Okay. I just my table was like turned all weird. But I think it's interesting that the Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Swords came out together, because the wheels are turning, right? And it could be those mental wheels are turning. But again, it's like it's getting more clarity. There could even just be, it's really going to depend on your situation. Because for one, you need to get out of your own way. You need to almost like allow things to work out for you. Or on the other side of things, you could be really sticking to your guns on something, like really believing in something. Although I'm not going to lie, like it seems like you need to let something go. And I'm saying that because we have Judgment and the Six of Cups at the end of the reading. I mean, obviously we'll get over to that. But as I was talking about like the, option B, I'm like, no, I feel like I was just kind of saying that to like cover all my bases. But again, like I mean, that could be for somebody, of course, but I do feel like it's more about letting something go, even if it is a mental thing, even if it is, again, just the story that you've had attached to something. Wands are about the actions that we take and the things that we try too. So, if you're spinning your wheels and, like you feel like you're trying things differently, but really, like, are you thinking about them differently? Or, like, are you having the same thought process, but you think that your actions towards it is different, but really it's not, like it's literally, what is that saying? Like lipstick on a pig or something? Like, it's still a pig. It just has lipstick on now. Like, it's the pig that's the problem, right? That poor pig. I'm just going to go with this analogy because we're here, but it's like trying to fix something, or trying to, again, because I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. I don't know what's with the, like, animal things here now, but it's like, again, just try to do things differently somehow. And truly, it could be the way that you're thinking about it. Like, what you think is logically correct, or based on, the information that you have, it may mean that you need more information. It may mean that, there's something in your belief system that you need to uncover in there. And even like with this owl here, because owls usually talk about wisdom, and also even guardians or like guides. It could even just be a download that you end up receiving. And it's almost like intentionally opening your crown and inviting that download in. Like, if I'm not going about this correctly, in order for the energy to change, or, if I am truly spinning my wheels, like, drop the information in, right? Like, download it into my consciousness so I know what to do. Or I have, I can perceive this differently. I can have a different idea just pop up out of nowhere, right? And then what's leaving is the Sun card and the King of Pentacles, which is what an interesting combo to be in the what's leaving category. And it's almost like if your motivation has been either money, material things, resources, being an authority in your field, whatever that is, like if it's at work or a specialty or something. And, the Sun card is an illuminary, right? It's Leo. And the Sun card is like everything good. It's joy, it's bliss, right? It's happiness. It's all of the good things. So, like, again, this doesn't feel negative, but if you are perceiving things, or if you are trying to take action, or if you are trying to defend a thing because of the potential that it has monetarily, or even if too, like, if you have a big sense of your own worth attached to it, like, if I get here, then I'll feel this, right? Like, if I reach this, if I get this promotion, if I reach this status, if I, am an authority in this field or subject, or, within my peers, then I'll feel good. I'll feel fulfilled. I'll feel seen too. This feels like very on the roof type stuff. Because it is like, again, right? Like, it is unpacking a lot of baggage. Because where is your motivation coming from? What is your belief or your perception of this thing? With the King of Pentacles too, like, what is the King of Pentacles to you? I mean, kings are the highest expression of the suit, right? Pentacles do talk about our money, our resources, our energy too, our physical body. Where are we physically showing up in our lives? Again, anything that we place monetary value, anything that we place worth. And with it being in the position of what is leaving or what is no longer serving you, even just having a spotlight on resources or on finances, or again, allowing that to be your motivation, which I totally fucking understand. Like, I really do get that. And it's so hard to trust or surrender because capitalism, right? Like, I mean, we it's like you have to be sure that there's a roof to be on with the sixth line, right? Also, on the other side of things, I'm glad those dogs started going crazy because all of a sudden it occurred to me too, and it did feel, I was talking about having something drop into your consciousness over here with the Queen of Swords. It definitely felt that way for me, that like if you are comfortable here, this is like a big comfort zone. This is, it's achieving your goals. It is getting to a place that blood, sweat, and tears, your time, your money, your reputation, your whatever, right? Getting to a place that you're happy with that. And now this is asking you to go deeper. Like it's literally saying that there is more available for you. Things could change here if you release your grip a little bit. And also too, I'm saying that because we have the Judgment card and the Six of Cups over here. The Judgment card is transformation. In this deck, it's called Call. And it talks about answering the call of your purpose. Let me read from the book. Purpose and true prosperity. I have everything I need right now to move forward with purpose. I'm being called into a deeper, more authentic relationship with myself, with my higher power, and with others. I am here for a reason. I'm required to step forward into my true self, expressing that through my actions. I need to trust that my life has a purpose and that I am enough, and that within me is the divine blueprint that has meaning for myself and others. The Six of Cups says nostalgia, sweet memories, old flames, yearning for the security of the good old days. If I am being triggered to remember the past, I can enjoy the warm memories, but must recognize they are ephemeral. Emotion can color my recall and distort my understanding of what is happening today. I acknowledge and heal old wounds. I can experience security today, enveloped in the arms of the divine love. There is no need to return to the illusion of the golden era of yore, because I can begin co-creating a better reality right now. Authentic healing and joyfulness will be mine if I stop rekindling the emotions of the past. Yeah, it's almost kind of like I'm getting this feeling that it's like you remember what it's like to be in the trenches of your own healing, or in the trenches of like trying to build something, or even trying to grasp onto like what your purpose is. And it's kind of like, do I want to, like, that shit is exhausting. It is exhausting. It really is, because, right, I mean, like we're having to decipher or discern, like I was saying, the filters that created our ego, right? And if you've already done a lot of that work, like, that shit is not easy. It's exhausting. It's painful. But truly, I mean, it's like the best effing thing that anybody could possibly ever do for themselves, right? Because look where you are now. Regardless, like where you are, in your own process. No doubt, It looks completely different than it did last year, or even, at the beginning of this year, really. So it's almost too even, I'm like looking at the body language of this lady on the Six of Cups, and just how they're like clutching their stomach. Like, again, going forward to get even closer to, or even more in alignment with your purpose and your calling, there is going to be more expelling. Because too, it's like, what's stopping you with these three cards here in the beginning? And sure, the King of Pentacles and the Sun card is comfortable, but it's not it. Like, it's not the end of, things. So there's even more to be discovered here. There's even a deeper aspect of this for you to go into. And truly, if this wasn't meant for you, or if it wasn't something that you could handle, right? Like that whole saying, like, well, now of course I can't remember. It's like literally gone as soon as I was trying to recall it. But you're not going to be given more than you can handle. And not to mention too, like the book was saying, you don't have to go back into, like, it doesn't have to be the way that it was when you first started awakening, or when you first started deconditioning, or when you first started discovering these things about yourself, right? Like, I know for me personally, the first couple of years, I was absolutely gutted for the first couple of years of my own healing journey, and unpacking my baggage and all of that stuff, right? Like, constantly just, it's like pulling swords out, right? There's this open wound there, and like having to, tend to yourself, and also to even like create a toolbox for coping, for like a new, healthier way of coping, a new way of like even having to reparent ourselves, right? And learning how to truly take care of our own needs. And right, so you're not like, it's, what's that saying? Like, you're not starting from scratch, you're starting from experience. So it doesn't have to be the way that it was, and it won't be. But that could be the perception change that you need here. This was lovely. Thank you so effing much for allowing me to read your cards. I will talk to you soon. Bye.